Yes, everyone. This video, I'd like to touch on Ben X. Who's become the latest subject of having his YouTube page took down, and also the Nation of Islam, which he is a member of, under the leadership of Minister Louis Farrakhan, and also the other additional topic in this video I would touch up on a little bit is Marvin Muhammad, who is the leader of the new Nation of Islam, who's also better known among his followers and others as the Son of Man. However, I just want to touch up on some things concerning this matter, about this whole situation. Because, as we know, the breaking news since last night, or I could say a couple of days ago, which last night, as of now, that Brother Ben X of the Nation of Islam, like I said, who is a follower of Minister Louis Farrakhan, had his YouTube channel taken down. And it is obviously that it's no apparent reason why his YouTube channel should have been taken down. From the information I gathered, or what was behind the circumstances. So now he's in a situation where he has to start over again. I mean, he had over 200 videos on that channel, and he can't even sign into YouTube to get those videos so where he could reload them on other social media outlets like Facebook, which he still uses to make videos on. And it's sad, because a lot of the things that the brother was doing was not only teaching positivity to our people, well as he was coming from his, ideology and belief system in the best way that he knows how to reach out to our people. But, he even goes into the neighborhoods personally to, reach out to our people. And he's a very articulate spoken brother. And I've seen a few of his videos, and I understand what he's doing, of course, though I'm not totally in agreement with everything he says because of the ideology that he follows, and which is, the teachings of the Nation of Islam and the way that is being even mistaught by Louis Farrakhan, who is not, teaching the true teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we, from this platform of Operation Exodus Mississippi, the Reality Temple Ministries on Earth, has been trying to warn this brother about this. Because he does watch our videos from this platform. And, we hope that he wakes up enough to get on board this soul train to join this platform so that he could put his talents, to better use, which would definitely afford him the room of that opportunity to be able to do so. because obviously what he's working with as far as in terms of the teachings of the Nation of Islam, especially the way that they are being taught under his leader, Louis Farrakhan, is definitely only a limited situation that causes an obstacle to be in his way. So maybe this situation may turn out to be the best for him. And like he even said, in the video that I seen tonight, the breaking video about his, having his channel took down, that, this is a test. And like I said before I even heard him say this, I said it myself. This will be the ultimate test for him to actually see who's really in his corner and to really see if his own fellow brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam would support him. Because the fact that, these videos he was making on YouTube and stuff was part of his, if not his whole entire financial bread and butter. So like I said, if like me and brother Talik, who's also a member of Reality Temple Ministries on Earth, Operation Exodus Mississippi, has warned them, that if you don't support this brother in his time of distress and need, that you may lose a young lion, a strong lion, young lion soldier. You may just lose a young lion soldier, because Brother Ben X, especially for the typical young, dark-skinned male in America with the type of intelligence that he possessed, reminds me of a modern-day 21st century Malcolm X. I mean, because he's the only one in the Nation of Islam under Louis Farrakhan's leadership that had the YouTube platform and the way that he had it set up, to be able to reach out to his people, even with the teachings of Louis Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So like I said, if them brothers do not support him in his time of need and distress, hey, I wouldn't be mad about the fact that he would make that decision to leave that organization, which would be certainly in his best interest anyway, because they ain't doing nothing, not for so-called black people in America anyway. All them millions, if not billions, that has went through the hands of Louis Farrakhan in terms of donations coming from members of that organization and other dark-skinned people who are not registered members of that organization, to the point where they ain't got nothing to show for all that money that went through the hands of Louis Farrakhan. I definitely would be mad. Matter of fact, I would ultimately salute Brother Ben X if he left the Nation of Islam. Because, like I say, he listens to our videos. And he's already tired from all the flack he's been hearing about Louis Farrakhan and his, offshoot branch of that organization, And he's, obviously he has this stressed look in his face of being tired of defending that organization with the strong accusations that has came out, especially recently about Louis Farrakhan and his organization. And Brother Ben X, this brother, like I said, I have to salute him, on the fact that he courageously defended even against that, because that's what he's supposed to do, being that that's what he believes in. So I can't do nothing but respect that. But at the same time, the truth of the matter is that Farrakhan and his organization has been getting exposed left and right, with legitimate accusations. And Ben X has been defending this organization against those accusations. And so, like I said, it's like being a soldier coming home from war, behind his YouTube channel being taken down. And so, like I said, if they do not come to this brother's aid, they might as well consider losing a soldier. Just like, the Nation of Islam lost the true 20th century soldier Malcolm X after he found out about the illegitimacy, behaviors of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was courting underage women in that organization, years ago. And after Malcolm X started finding out the truth, especially after the way the Nation of Islam was doing him, while he was minister, as well as their top minister and representative in that organization at that time, he just went on ahead and exposed the truth behind what he saw. And like I said, you might find a similar situation, with Ben X, because of the type of character that he is and the way that he carries himself. And like I said, I salute that young man, it's like, at the end of the day, he will be in all his rights to turn his back on the Nation of Islam, who's really not producing nothing tangible for black people, in terms of us being liberated from our 400-year slave oppressor altogether, for once and all, in spite of all the millions or billions of dollars they received in donations as an organization over the years, but don't have nothing to show for it. So, like I said, I wouldn't be, displeased in no kind of way if Ben X decide to lead that organization. If they don't support him, especially in the wake of, it being said that Farrakhan recently told all his ministers under him that the organization is not a social welfare. So, like I said, in the wake of that, even along with them using that as a justification of not standing by their brother, especially who's shown his true devotion as a strong soldier in that organization, that's willing to put himself out there, even in the annals of the social media, to to defend against these strong allegations against Louis Farrakhan and the nation, hey, like I say, I wouldn't be mad if he decided to say to hell with them after all the time he's wasted and energy that he's put into, defending the teachings is of that organization, as well as defending against the accusations brought against that organization, for their misdeeds, not only to their followers, but as well as to all dark-skinned descendants of slaves in America whose suffering they have economically or financially capitalized off of, which the hierarchy in that organization only benefits from, and not those under the hierarchy of that organization. So like I said, I salute Brother Ben, and hopefully he'll find it in his heart to turn to this platform, which our doors will be open to him here at Operation Exodus, Mississippi, Reality Temple Ministries on Earth. So, once again, like I said, as far as the Nation of Islam in general, they have definitely proved not to be the real deal after all, in terms of separation, which they teach. But it's something that they not doing, nor do they intend on doing when it comes to separating from our 400-year slave oppressor here in America. All this been is just feel-good talk and a bunch of lip service, just like with the rest of these so-called pro-black organizations in this country. And like I said, before I close out, because I didn't intend on making no video after this other one I just made tonight. I like to speak a little bit once again on Marvin Muhammad, who's better known as the son of man of the new Nation of Islam. That with the little he has and the little that his organization have, they are doing the work of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in terms of his teachings, when it comes to doing for self. And I have to say that Louis Farrakhan's organization in no way, shape, or form when it comes to economics compared to that. They have no work whatsoever to compare to the work that Marvin Muhammad and his organization called the New Nation of Islam is doing. And down in Redneck, Mississippi, a little small town called Redneck, Mississippi. And they are they got businesses, multiple businesses established. They got they got everything they need basically to suffice themselves as a community. They got a school, and they doing the work to whereas they ain't got to, depend on too much stuff outside that organization. And they even have videos posted on their New Nation of Islam YouTube channel that confirms this. So, and they still building down there. And like I said, they could talk about Marvin Muhammad. They could say all they want to about him, but at the end of the day, his organization is doing more work than any other group in the Nation of Islam, including Louis Farrakhan's group. So, like I said, when it comes to the betterment and the benefit of dark-skinned descendants of slaves in America, once again, Marvin Muhammad is, in fact, carrying out the true teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad when it comes to talking about doing for self. So I salute that brother and that organization and that way of capacity, and as I said before, going back to Ben X, what he's done, even in terms of making a living off of, as far as piggybacking off of Louis Farrakhan, he's doing what he's been doing, and like I say, only thing that they could do best is show their appreciation by standing totally behind that brother, even in terms of financial assistance, because this brother has put his self out there on the line. I don't see too many other brothers in the Nation of Islam like this brother, Ben X, under the leadership of Louis Farrakhan, putting themselves all the way out there in social media just to defend the teachings of Louis Farrakhan and his organization, the way that Ben X has done over the years, and like I say, for them, if they desert him like that, then they deserve to lose him as a follower. And it ain't gonna be no sense in them calling him a hypocrite neither, because if anybody would be the hypocrites, it would be them as usual. They can't even call him a hypocrite if they turn their back on him, because he's done enough to soldier for them to where they won't even have a right to even call him a hypocrite, and it's not his fault either, as confirmed that his channel was took down. All he was doing was being a servant for, his leader, Louis Farrakhan, Now, I want to see how much Louis Farrakhan embraces this brother, even in the brother's time of distress, I want to see how much Louis Farrakhan is going to not only shake his hand, but be willing to reach out to this brother in the times of distress or what he's going through because of his channel being taken down for whatever legitimate reason it was taken down for, So, like I said, if this brother, if they turn their back on him and he leaves the organization, they can't be mad at him or nobody else but themselves. And it's just that plain out simple, because I've seen sincere brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam. They just happen to be caught up in the shadows of that, religious teaching that just don't offer no tangible, true liberation, for all of us as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America. It might be to an extent with brother Talik would call a tiddly bit thing, but it's not something that will benefit the whole masses of us as a people. We need something like a control of a state such as Mississippi, where we could start from as a foundation that will benefit the whole masses of our people, you know, and we could get a brother like Ben X on this platform to help us toward reaching that point of reality. Man, ain't no telling how much more support we would get with you know, Ben X being on our team. You know, so you know, our doors is open to you, brother Ben X. Especially if you listening to this video, our doors is open to you. Here, Operation Exodus, Mississippi. You know, which is also known as Reality Temple Ministries on Earth. So our doors is open to you, brother. You know, we need young lions like you anyway, you know, to get on in and replace us old heads in this struggle calls for true liberation of dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America. So, like I said, you know, man, I just feel for the brother, and like I said, I'm just going to say this once again, to those in the Nation of Islam under Louis Farrakhan's leadership. My advice is, don't turn your back on this brother, because if you do, you are definitely subject to lose a great soldier and that young brother. And that's all I got to say for that. You know, and once again, you know, I like to salute Marvin Muhammad and his work and the work of his followers in building and doing for self, which is the only group so far at this point out of all other groups in the Nation of Islam that I see successfully doing to the best of its ability, according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know, so with that said, I'm going to come to an end tonight and shut this down because it's getting more late and I'm getting tired. And you know, anyone has anything they want to say or any questions they got in the comment section, jot them down, and I'll get back with you, my brothers and sisters. And shout outs to all of you in the comment section and YouTube land, and as well as throughout the rest of social media, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, that's watching this video. And with that said again, peace.